What's up guys, and welcome back to Psych Cafe. I hope your applications are going well, and today we're having another video about some frequently asked questions and possible answers. As usual, let's get started with the first question, which is kind of general. Some of you guys don't know where to begin. So first thing I would say, just please make some effort and read about the program. That would help you fill in the application. After you do that, check your eligibility. Go to the eligibility part in the guidelines and see whether your age or your country and other stuff. Check whether you're eligible or not. Then you decide whether you're gonna apply to an embassy or a university. I have a video talking about both tracks. Go ahead and check it. Next, prepare the documents you need. So letters of recommendations and translations. These first because usually they take a little bit of time. So make sure you prepare them earlier. I have a video talking about the required documents, and then you can start filling in the application. And also I have a video about the application form. Next, how to deal with letters of recommendation if I have different majors. So for those of you applying to embassy track, you will have to choose 3 universities and 3 majors. One way you could solve this is by sending 3 recommendation templates that are in the application form to your professors, each with a different majors. Because you are required to write your major, you cannot write 3 majors all at once, so you have to make 3 separate templates and write each major in each, and then send them all to your professor and then explain to them. Then they have them write a general recommendation about your abilities without specifying what major you're gonna take, and ask them to copy and paste that in each template. So they're gonna write you a recommendation about your general ability, and then they will copy and paste that recommendation in every template you sent them. They will print them, sign them, and put them in separate envelopes. Otherwise, if your professor is fine, he could write you 3 different recommendations. This is just in case your professor doesn't have time or you don't want to sound rude. Next, what is the department and division in the application form? So the question is asking about this, division and department. So for the division is right here. So if you pay attention, the desired field of study, this is basically the division. If you think that your division is not here, you can check it online. You can check your major online, and then they will tell you which division it belongs to. Then for the department, here you'll have to go to the university you're applying to, the major you want to study, and then check that major, which department it belongs to, and then write it here. I hope that was clear. Next, how can I prove citizenship? So a simple way to do that is through your passports. Passports are enough for both you and your parents to prove your citizenship, because passports are always written also in English. So you will not need to translate them into English. Otherwise, translate any official ID document that your country follows. Next, organizing the documents is confusing me, right? This is one of the hardest things in the entire application. So first thing you could do is list all the documents you need, and then pay attention to the requirements of NIID and the requirements of your country, because some countries have different requirements. That any required document that's not in English or Korean must be translated in one of these languages. I say required documents only. You don't have to translate optional documents like your awards, for example. So take the required documents, go to a sworn translator, and then ask him to translate them as soon as possible. Next, notarize your original documents and make 4 copies of each notarized document. So you take your original documents and then you notarize them, and then after that you make 4 copies of those notarized documents, because this is what they're asking for. Another way to do this is you can simply make 4 copies of the original document, each document, and then notarize them all. Notarize all those copies you made. I hope that was clear. Next, you can ask your professors to make 4 copies of their recommendation letters and separate them in different stamped and sealed envelopes. This is for the recommendation letters, and I have talked about this in the previous question. Next question, which track should I apply through? I have included a video talking about this, so if you have not seen it yet, go ahead and check it. And at the end of the day, if your application is good enough, both tracks will lead to good results. Don't worry about that. Next is study plan, asking for the study of my research or simply my study plan. This is a very good question, and it still confuses me today. If you search study plan in Google, they will give you a study plan like how you're gonna organize your academic time. But then the study of my research is also evident. That's also part of the application. So how would you solve this? So in fact, in II, they talked about this in the frequently asked questions section, and this question is asking for both of them. So when you talk about your study plan, make sure you include your study, the study of your research in your plan. That I have talked about this in my statement of purpose video. So just mention the study, its purpose, like motivation, how you're gonna do it, elaborate on your study of research. Next, what should I state as an award? So we could start with a simple definition. So the award is shortest and the most concise qualification. Certificate provides a broad base of knowledge and skills, whereas the diploma is the most comprehensive qualification with an extensive program of learning. This simply will show you which one is which. But at the end of the day, if the achievement you wish to include shows that you've been an excellent and active member in your institution or society, then you may want to include it. This is the bottom line and the core of it, guys. If I were you, I would just include everything. Last but not least, check in IED frequently asked questions section. Your question might be answered right there. Yeah, so these are some of the frequent questions I got. I will collect other questions and make another video soon. Until then, make sure you subscribe to get notified whenever I upload the next video, and let me know about your questions in the comment section below, and watch the other videos. They will help you with the application. So good luck, guys. Thank you very much for watching again, and see you very soon.